feel any pain, sadness, hunger, and or misery. But it's so sad to see you like this. Yung tipong magkakatipon sa ganitong event. It's not nice. Sana sa masayang occasion lang sa sunod. But knowing Tita Choleng and Tito Tex, si Tito Tex nga pala, ka-same language meron natin ko, they're from Visayas. So, all the family po sa Pinas, close po kami because I was born dun sa Looban at lumaki po ako dun. I grew up in the Looban. In that Looban, we're just renting. We are not blood related, but they treat me as a family. Lahat sila naging tita ko. But Tita Choleng is the best. Kasi nung umalis po ako sa tita ko, kaya Tita Choleng po ako pumunta. Tinanggap po niya ako. Natatandaan ko nga po nung mga bata. Nung mga bata po kami. Pag nagkukwentuhan yung daddy ko, sabi ng daddy ko, si Tikyo yan, matinik yan, si Tikyo. Sabi niya gano'n, which is Tita Tex. Sabi niya gano'n, mantakin mo, nakatatlong anak pa. Sabi niya gano'n. Tapos, na-remember ko nga po, si Tito may naoperahan po siya. So, sabi nga ng daddy ko, talaga matinik yan si Tikyo, nakatatlo pa. Imagine that. So, then Tita Choleng, ayun nga, sa Looban, she's the one who established na nagpo-procession po kami ng Blessed Virgin Mary bahay-bahay, house to house. We bring the Blessed Virgin Mary and pray the Rosary. She's the leader po doon. And I really appreciate po lahat ng mga naituro sa amin ni Tita hanggang makarating po siya dito sa Canada. Sina Aling Tess at Aling Marina nga po sa harap ng looban namin, sila yung mga kasama namin na nagpe-pray ng rosary, nagpa-procession sa street. Sa J. Victor po. And while Tito is in Saudi Arabia that time. Knowing Tita, she is very kind-hearted, beautiful and inside out with her heart. Amazing talent of cooking good foods, especially the salsa ng lechon, the isda na pinangat. Yung kahit sobrang amoy sa bahay, but it's so good and so delicious and yummy po talaga. That our tummy is well satisfied and happy. And all of us are every time she cook, we are literally looking forward what's next. Although I just live with them for a short period of time. Pero that is the greatest time of my life. Kasi po, as you know, 2-bedroom lang yung house. Doon po sa 1155 Manitoba Street. Pero we live 9 person in there. Imagine nyo po, isa lang yung kubeta doon. We're sharing 9 people in there. Si Deo, si June, doon sa isang kwarto. Si Leia sleep in the living room. Yung tatlo, yung mga independent ibig na pamangkin ni Tita, which is Adelia, Ate Rose, Ate Bubot. They live in a twin bed where the door can open. That's where I am on the floor. Naktawan ako ng tatlo. But still, I really appreciate that one. I really thanks Tita kasi siya po yung nagbigay ng lakas ng loob sa akin to be strong. Kung ano man po ako ngayon, kung nasan man ako ngayon, I really thank Tita kasi kung wala po siya, hindi niya ako tinanggap anak bilang Basta sabi niya sa akin makisiksik ka na lang dyan kung saan ka pwede. Tapos kung nag-usap sila ng daddy ko, binili na ko ni tita sa kanya. Ngayon, tita, nakita na kayo ng daddy ko, ng mami ko at mga kapatid ko. Pakisehay niyo na lang po ako sa kanila. May God bless your soul, tita. One more thing, Tita Choleng. Di kita makakalimutan ng mga anak ko kasi laging tinatanong sa anak ko, sino mami mo? Tita, si Lalay po yung nanay nila. At maraming salamat po sa inyo. I love you, Tita Choleng.
Good evening po sa inyong lahat. Nung dumating po ako dito noong 1997, katulad ng sinabi ni Lalay, kina Tita Choleng kami nagstay. Siyam kami. Actually, balon muna kami, tapos naging siyam kasama si Lalay. Pero masaya po, minsan hindi nagreklamo si Tita Choleng na nakabigat na kami. She cooks for us. She even prepares our baon for lunch. So that's how Tita Choleng was for us. 2 years kaming tumira sa kanila. Nung mag-asawa na ako, bawat okasyon ng buhay ko kasama si Tita Choleng. Alam ng mga anak ko na ang lolo't lola nila nasa Pilipinas. Pero si Tita Choleng ang present lola nila. There was a time na si Carla at si Katkat, before and after school, dinadala sa bahay ni Tita. Tapos si Migs siya na nag-alaga. Binigyan pa niya si Migs ng scapular na sinabi ni Tita kay Migs na huwag mong tatanggalin yan. And kahit maskip na, ayaw pa rin tanggalin ni Migs. Nung sinabi ko na lang sa kanya na Migs, pwede mo nang tanggalin, doon pa lang niya tinanggal yung scapular. Alam niyo po, ang happiness ni Tita Choleng, yung pamilya niya. Si Tito Tex, he's the perfect. Tanong niyo kay Tita. Si Leia, si Deo, si Junjun, si Sonia, at ang kanyang mga grandchildren, that's her happiness. Leia, sorry, you're not the princess. Rowan is the princess. Tita Choleng always talks about her, Rowan this, Rowan that. Even when Emma got sick, Tita Choleng always carries her rosary and pray for Emma. That's how she loves her family. Si Tita, magbabaw lang kaligayahan niya. Every year, we go camping. Every year, she talks about Crystal Lake. Kasi doon kami every year nagpupunta. Nung malapit na siyang magka-demensya, and I think na hindi naman totoo na yung mga kasamahan niya sa Tembro always talks about Crystal Lake. Pero si Tita, yun ang kanyang, masaya na siya na magka-camping kami kahit very inconvenient sa kanya, lalo na nung hindi na siya halos nakakalakad. Pero excited siya lagi na mag-camping kasama kami. Alam niyo po, yung last conversation ko sa kanya, and every time I talk about it, people laugh, and I also laugh. Kasi nung last conversation ko kay Tita, sabi ko, Tita, kilala mo pa ba ako? Sino ba ako? Sabi niya, sino ka ba? Sabi ko, si Bubot. Hindi ikaw si Bubot kasi si Bubot maganda. So, like, I know, diba, it's funny, pero para sa akin, I'm so happy na yun yung last na memory na na-remember niya sa akin. Na maganda ako, hindi ako yung masungit at laging nakasimangot na pamangkin. So, I'm thankful na ganun yung last conversation ko kay Tita. And nawala man yung memories ni Tita sa amin. Like, there was a time na sabi ko, kawawa naman kasi talagang blanco na lang si Tita. Wala na, tinutulungan na lang na kumain. Nandun lang pag may parties kami. Pero nawala man yung memories niya sa amin. Nagpapasalamat ako na yung mga memories na i-share niya sa akin, sa mga anak ko, sa mga kapatid ko, laging nandun. At yun, dadalhin ko yun hanggang habang buhay, yung mga memories na isinare niya sa akin at sa pamilya ko at sa mga anak ko. Again, thank you very much, Tita. Nagpapasalamat ako sa Panginoon na natapos na yung paghihirap mo. At nagpapasalamat ako sa pagmamahal na isinare mo sa akin at sa pamilya ko. Thank you po sa lahat ng nandito as we celebrate the life of our beloved Tita Chole. Hindi madaling magpaalam sa isang tao mahal natin. Pero today, gusto kong i-celebrate hindi lang ang pagkawala niya, hindi ang magandang buhay na pinamuhay niya at ang lahat ng memories na iniwan niya sa atin. To many, she was a nun, a mother, a lola, and a dear friend. Pero sa family namin, she was so much more than that. She was one of the people who made Winnipeg feel like home. When we first arrived in Canada, tumira kami kay Tita. Kapag naiisip ko ngayon, hindi ko pa rin alam kung paano kami lahat nagkasya. Hindi man malaki ang bahay nila, pero napakalaki ng puso niya. Palaging may space para sa family, friends, laughter at love. Laging buhay ang bahay niya, may laging nagkukwentuhan, nagtatawanan, at palaging may masarap na pagkain. At kung natikman niyo na ang sinigang na buto-buto, kaldereta, o sinayang isda ni Tita Chole, alam niyo na sinasabi ko. Hindi lang basta pagkain ng mga yon, they were her way of showing love. Hanggang ngayon, kapag nakakakita o nakakain kami ng pagkain yun, naalala namin si Tita. At ang warmth at happiness na nararamdaman namin kapag nasa bahay na kami. One of the greatest gifts Tita Chole gave our family was her love for Micaela. Anyone who has raised children here in Canada knows kung gaano kahirap maghanap ng taong kapagkakatiwalaan para mag-alaga sa anak mo kapag kailangan mo na bumalik sa trabaho. I also want to talk about one of the hardest chapters of Tita Chole's life. Before she became ill, ang alam ko lang tungkol sa Alzheimer's ay yung napapanood ko sa television. I had heard about it, pero hindi ko talaga naiintindihan kung ano ang ginagawa nito sa isang tao hanggang sa nangyari ito sa isang taong mahal mo. At first, maliit na bagay lang. Ulit-ulit siya nagtatanong every few minutes. Nakakalimutan niya mga pangalan namin. And then we would gently remind her, hoping na baka bukas maging mas okay. Pero cruel talaga ang Alzheimer's. Hindi ko kailanman na-imagine na darating yung araw na hindi na niya kami makikilala. Yung mga mata niya na dati ay nag-light up whenever she see her family. She slowly stopped recognizing the people she loved. Parang siya nasa sarili niya na mundo. And watching that happen was heartbreaking. As difficult as it was for all of us, alam ko mas mahirap para kina Tito Tex, Leo at Junjun. Pero hindi sila sumuko kay Tito. Not even for a single day. Minahal nila siya with so much patience and devotion. Every day, they made sure na mailabas si Tita. Minsan naglalakad sila around Garden City. Minsan naman sa neighborhood lang, just so she could get some fresh air at makalabas ng bahay. Yung care and dedication nila kay Tita was truly a beautiful example of unconditional love. I also want to recognize Leia and the children. Kahit hindi sila palaging nakakapunta dahil sa distance at sa responsibility sa buhay, hindi kailanman nagbago ang pagmamahal nila kay Tita. I know that not being able to spend as much time with someone you love can also be painful, and I know they carry that with them every day. Tita Chole had such a generous heart. Hindi lang niya binuksan ang bagay niya sa mga taong mahal niya. She opened her life to us. She gave her time, her care, her cooking, and her support without ever expecting anything in return. Today, mabigat ang puso natin because we will miss Tita. Mamimiss natin ang mga tawa niya, ang presence niya, ang amoy ng mga niluluto niya, at yung comfort na alam niya natin nandyan lang siya palagi. Pero at the same time, we are incredibly grateful. Grateful for every meal she prepared, every story she shared, every laugh we had together,
and every little act of kindness that made us feel loved. Tita Choleng taught us that family isn't measured by the size of a house, but by the size of the love inside it. And she lived that lesson every single day. Thank you, Tita, for everything you did for us. Thank you for helping us build our lives here in Canada, for loving Micaela like your own, and for filling our lives with laughter, wonderful food, and unforgettable memories. Although wala ka na physically with us, your love will continue to live in our hearts, in our family gatherings, and every time we enjoy a plate of sinigang, caldereta, or fried rice that reminds us of you. We love you, Tita. We will miss you every day. There we find comfort, knowing that your love will always remain with us. Rest peacefully, Tita. You will always be loved, always be remembered, and forever be a part of our family. Salamat po.
Or not, but just a quick one. Kung makita tayo ng tita, if Tita Choleng is here, she will be happy kasi sila Marifel, si Rose na dito, and all the cousins. We never, ever had a reunion. This is the first time that I've seen the family together, even in this situation. Nagpapasalamat ako sa'yo, Tita, kasi I'm very thankful because even in this situation, you were able to bring us all together. God is so good dahil He has given us an auntie who's so loving. I don't want to read all the preparation I have, but I think I'd like to share yung last one. When I was reflecting on Tita's life, I realized something remarkable. Even in her illness, Tita continued to show us what love looks like. For nearly 10 years, I asked Jun, ilang taon na ba nag-Alzheimer ang tita? Kala ko matagal pa sa 10 years, but 10 years she endured Alzheimer's and all the challenges that came with it. On July 30, when we gathered in the emergency room, the doctor told us it would be quick, but she likely would not last long. Si Leia and Rowan arrived that night, and somehow she held on until the following day. We were all surprised. Sabi namin, how come she's holding on? The doctor said she will not last that night, but we were all surprised. And when I thought about it, it made perfect sense. She was a mother. Her love for kids, for all of us, mga pamangkin niya, was so strong that she kept fighting to stay with them for as long as she could. Alam ko lalo na sa'yo, Teo. And June, dahil kayong dalawa palagi nasa tabi ni Tita, she's so blessed having both of you na palagi niyang kasama sa bahay. And I'm sure if Lay is not in Niagara, I'm sure she'll do the same. But both of you has given her a good life. As a mother myself, I understand that kind of love. I would endure anything just to have more time with my children. And I believe exactly yun ang ginawa ng Tita. Tita, thank you for welcoming us, feeding us, caring for us, and loving us so generously. Thank you for teaching us what courage looks like, what patience looks like, and most importantly, what it means to love firstly. Ikaw ang aming unang tahanan sa Winnipeg. we were, Ate Elia was saying, nagkasya kami we were sleeping in a futon. Double futon. 3 people in there. We cannot just sleep this way. For 2 years. I don't know how we survived that, but we were, I don't remember everything, but the house was full of laughter. The house was full of love. And the house was full of cooking all the time. Like food, the fish, everything. She fed us well. And she loved us well. And then I love you, Tita. We'll meet you in heaven.
Sure, some of you may still remember me. Ako si Leia, yung panganay ni Soledad or Tita Chole. So, my eulogy is mostly to thank everyone on her behalf as well. So I'm just gonna read it through because I also just gonna pray. So, good evening everyone. Ako po si Leia. I am the panganay of Chole and Tex. First, my family and I would like to thank everyone for being here today to celebrate the life of my nanay. It means so much to our family to see all of you here and to hear the thoughtful words, stories, and memories you have shared about nanay. Again, to be honest, this is very difficult for me. Saying goodbye to nanay and knowing that this is the last time I will see her. Something I don't think I will ever be ready for. By hearing all of you speak about her and hearing how she touched your lives brings me comfort. It reminds me that my nanay was loved not only by her family, but so many people whose lives she became a part of. On behalf of my nanay, I would like to give a very special thank, and I don't know if she's here today, or if they are here today, to her best friend, her BFF, Tita LV, and Tito Rudy. You treated my mom and our family as if we were related by blood. Thank you so much. Nanay has always so thankful that we are blessed to meet such wonderful people. So thank you, Tita LV and Tito Rudy, for loving and caring for my nanay, and for being such an important part of her life. Thank you for the friendship, laughter, conversations, and memories you shared with her. I know those friendships meant so much to my nanay. To our family, lalo na sa mga ate ko Bot, Ate Elia, and Ate Ruth. Started with Ate Elia when she came here. Starting to feel like home again. My mom knew how hard it was for me, specifically for me, knowing that I miss home very much. She told me once, sorry anak, nadala kita dito. She knew I wasn't very happy. So what did my mom do? Every year, she sent us home to the Philippines to be with our family, every vacation. Anyways, to our family, many who came here from the Philippines, thank you for being here. You helped make the homesickness go away. You made Canada feel less like a foreign place and more like home. Having family around made such a difference to Nanay, Tatay, and all of us. I personally want to give a very special thank you to my amazing brothers, si Deo at si Chuchu. Even though we clashed about my mom's care, because my specialty is Alzheimer's, geriatric nursing. They held on to her, they stayed, they stood for her. And I can't be more proud of them. And to my tatay, who never left her side. And I remember my mom would ask my dad to drive her all the way to the border. Because we love to drive. We love road trips. Anyways, thank you so much, David Chuchu and Tatay, for taking such good care of Nanay when I can't. But my mom understood, as I have one of my children going through terminal illness, and she knew why I can't be here, or why I can't be here at home to look after her. And Nanay, I hope you're proud of me that I have brought in and that we are blessed with 5 beautiful children. Rowan, my eldest child. Then Benny, Emmanuel, Boy, and my bunso, our baby, Kelly. Thank you. I know that I felt all your love. One of the hardest things for me was not being with her, but knowing that she had her 2 sons and her devoted husband beside her gave me peace. I knew she was not alone. I knew she was loved and cared for. Thank you, Sonia, my sister. Thank you for always keeping an eye on Nanay and Tatay and for being there for them. And of course, thank you for helping Rowan arrange the funeral when we were not here. We are so grateful for everything you did during such a difficult time. To my daughter, and Nanay's only princess, thank you for arranging everything and helping make sure that Nanay had a beautiful farewell. You will always be her princess. And Ate Pori, I think I met her several times actually, but I was never able to interact with her. But the flowers are beautiful. Thank you so much, Maraming Salamat. To my son, Boy, thank you for spending your vacation time over this past few years, helping your titos and Lola take care of your Lola. I know those moments were special, and I know Nanay, your Lola, appreciated having you there. And to Darren, baby, thank you for being there for your Lola. When I heard that she had been rushed to the hospital, I was actually teaching online. I asked you to go there for her, and you did without a second thought. While Rowan and I were trying to get our flight sorted out, I needed someone who would communicate with the doctor and keep me updated. Thank you for being that person, Nanay. I should be so proud of you. And Ate Lalay, Maraming Salamat. You were there with my daughter and for staying with Nanay until her very last. I will forever be grateful that she had someone beside her who loved her during those 5 months. I also want to thank Chapelan for this beautiful arrangement and helping my Nanay look so peaceful and beautiful. Seeing her looking so peaceful gave her family comfort during such difficult time. Thank you for taking such good care of her. As everyone says, my mom loves to feed people. So I was thinking about, well, you know what? There's gonna be a lot of people there saying their goodbyes, so I need to think of quick how to feed all of you. There was a lot of recommendations. Filipino restaurant that recommended to me, but for some reason, Charlie's came to my mind, so I said, please reach out to Charlie's. Thank you so much for even short notice of time that they were able to put something together, and I'm sure the food will be great, and that's what my mom would want. She's probably watching up there, and she's like, go feed them. Again, my mom always loved feeding people. It was one of the ways she showed her love. So having everyone together and sharing the meal today is exactly how I believe she would want it. And May, I told May I want you to sing. Please sing one of her favorite songs, Laging Yaman. You sang it so beautifully. I'm so proud of you. Nanay, I brought all your apos to see you one last time. I want you to know that they love you very much. You will always be their Lola. They will carry your love and memories wherever life takes them. And now, Nanay, it's my turn to say goodbye. Maraming salamat po, Nanay. Thank you for all the love, sacrifices, care, and everything you have given us through our lives. Thank you for being our mother, our Lola, our teacher, our comfort in our home. You worked so hard your entire life. You worried about us. You cared for us. You took care of everyone around you. And now, Nana, you can finally rest. Don't worry about us. It will be okay. You can finally let go of all your worries. You are no longer in pain. You're at peace now. And you are with Lolo and Lola and Tito Kaloy. I know we will miss you every single day. There will be moments when I want to call you, talk to you, or hear your voice. There will be celebrations where we wish you were there. And there will be quiet moments when we will simply miss having you around. But I promise you, Nanay, your love will continue through all of us. And before I say goodbye, there is one more thing I want to say. You spent so many years singing lullabies to your own children, your grandchildren, everyone's children that she took care of. So now it is my turn. It is my turn to sing that lullaby back to you. She sang this to pretty much every children she looked after. So Nanay, I will sing to you one last time your lullaby song. Kung ang singkay ulilain, sino pa kayang tatawagin? Kung hindi ang nanay kong giliw. Naku, kay layo sa piling, malayo, mas malapit din, pilit ko rin mararating. Huwag lamang masabi mong di kita iniibig. Sinisinta kita, di ka kumikibo, akala mo yata ako'y nagbibiro. Saksi ko ang langit, 10 ng kanduro, kundi kita mahal, puputok ang puso. So now, Nanay, you can rest now. You don't have to take care of anyone anymore. Let me take care of you one last time. Just as you take care of all of us. Maraming salamat po, Nanay. I love you. Until we meet again. Rest in peace po, Nanay.
The lullaby that kind of did it for me. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rowan, and I am Lola Choling's eldest granddaughter. I want to extend my sincerest gratitude to all of you for coming here. I know there's food waiting, and Lola would be upset if I made anyone wait for food. So I'll try to keep this short and sweet. But first off, I do again want to give a very special shout out to Tita Pori and Phoebe for arranging these beautiful flowers in honor of my Lola. I can say with confidence that we can hear her gasp and talk about how beautiful they are if she saw them. Lola was the most gentle and soft-hearted person in my life. She was the warmth and safety that brought so much light to my life. Even through the phone, hearing her voice felt like she was giving me the tightest hug in the world. I don't understand Tagalog, but I always understood how much she loved me. She didn't need to say a thing. Her actions of love were loud enough. It may not look like it now, but Lola accepted my book-loving tomboy self growing up.
Imagine her surprise to see how I turned out, being an absolute diva similar to her daughter. Every time I come to Winnipeg, I see her and everyone in my family. Even now, as she rests in heaven with our Heavenly Father, her legacy lives on within us. She was a truly remarkable woman, as someone who was forgiving, compassionate, and selfless. She's the anchor of our family. Lolo, Tito Teo, Ninong Junjun, thank you for being Lola's caregivers all these years. God blessed her with the three of you as her guardian angels, who made sure Lola received the care she deserves without going to a nursing home. Just like her, you remained devoted even when times were tough. None of you questioned the responsibilities of taking care of Lola. You just did it. Mom. Thank you for being Lola's advocate for her, even though you lived so far away. You made sure nothing slipped past you in her care, and you weren't afraid to speak up for her. You were her voice when she couldn't speak anymore. Tita Sonia, thank you for helping me navigate what is an extremely difficult chapter in my life. Funeral planning was not on my bucket list, but you absolutely slayed in making sure I don't crash out, which isn't easy. So thank you. Tita Lala, immediately I thank God and Lola for blessing me with you in her final days. Thank you for giving me strength, because I don't think I could have spent those days in the hospital alone, especially when I held her hand as she breathed her final breath. Lola, I love you more than you'll ever know. Though it was painful beyond belief, I thank God that I was able to hold your hand in your last moments. My heart is heavy. It is broken. You took a piece of me with you to heaven. But I know that the immense grief of your passing is reflected of the amount of love we have for you. I thank God that you are at rest and in peace. I know it will be a while until I see you again, so please wait for me. I look forward to sitting down with you again, hearing you sing me lullabies, and yapping to you about everything and anything in between. Thank you again, everyone, for coming.